Hi everybody. I have a custom journal for Belinda today. Hi Belinda. And she wanted a journal, a masculine journal. She had gotten one from me before and she used it to write about her mother. And now this is about her father. So everything in this book has some meaning to her and her dad. And I opted for a tapestry fabric. It's very thick, nice fabric. I thought that was kind of guyish looking, and I stitched around it in a real pretty shiny, not super shiny, kind of more of a satin look thread, and it's kind of tannish brown. It's almost got a bronze sheen to it. And on the cover, I kept it plain, simple, because it's a guy. She said no lace. So I didn't put any lace in here. Can y'all believe it? And I used a denim, made one of my patches and used a denim fabric for the top, stitched around it in cream. And he liked to collect antique furniture. So these are two images of some desks. And with real pretty doors for book storage and stuff like that. So I put that on there and then I stitched around it. It measures, I made it the same size as her other one so they look pretty sitting side by side. This measures 10 by 5. And there's the spine. And it's textured, really nice textured. There's the back. And then I made the tie matching the fabric. And we'll go inside. Now on the inside, Belinda, I left the inside pockets plain because I know you've got stuff you're going to, excuse my painting, I paint at night. I left them blank so that you can stuff it with the things that you would like to keep. And you've got 2 pockets on the front and 2 pockets on the back in the denim that matches this. And over here on the first page, I stitched around this this vintage thing from my book, and it's genuine heat retaining flat iron set. So I've got several of these for the irons going through. And that's the stitching from the other side. And this is a bank safe with stitching around it. So you got plenty of place to put pictures and to write about. Filing devices for home and office. And this has got a picture of a filing cabinet here. And here's a image, a botanical of an oak leaf with the little acorns. And there's the stitching from the other side. Over here is a flat top office desk. And a piece of ephemera behind it. And then I put in an envelope, one of our vintage looking envelopes, and inside is a piece of coffee dyed paper in the matching papers I used throughout the book. And then over here, I couldn't resist this, Belinda, because I'm sure your dad is all that in a bag of chips, if you remember us saying that when we were kids. And what I did was this, this is a piece of a graphic that I made for it. And I attached a safety pin behind it. The safety pin's not going to come out. But you can clip things up under it as needed. And then I used some stringy like fabric. Isn't that just something? He's all that in a bag of chips. What I would do is I would put an image of my dad here. I think that would be cool. Just cover it up. And it's got some cheesecloth going on here. And some of the matching fabric, and then a little tiny image of vintage guys' hats, and some stationery, little airmail, part of a book page. And on the inside, it's got a postcard with a house. It's a decoupage napkin, and you can write over it. And then we have some more of the matching paper in a fold out. It all coordinates together. And then this just tucks right back up under here. Here's another, I had a couple of these iron, vintage iron, in the catalog book that I had. So I used several. I think I just said that. Repeating myself. Let's see, I want to pull this out just a little bit. There we go. There's a picture of a stream with some trees and a little pretty lined paper in the back. I did minimal stitching, and I also did the stitching in a cream color, so it just kind of accents it. It does not stand out. As in a guy's book, you don't really want it to stand out. This is a charcoal iron. I believe you told me your dad had a charcoal iron. And that's really cool. Now I know what it looks like. Piece of ephemera in the back. And some fabric up there. And again, the matching fabric from the cover. And a little leaf. It's textured and really nice. Got a little bee on it. Over here is another one of those clips that's attached to the page. And a part of the fabric that matches the cover. And this is a glassine bag with some linen and a pocket watch. Some different fabrics. And on the inside, I put some extra guy stuff. I'll call it guy stuff. You know, but you could use that if you wanted to. Newsflash. It's cool. So you've got some extra things to attach or use however you wish. Some guy things. And I usually grab the page up under it so I can tip that pin up a little bit so I can get the paper up under it. Of course, I have fumble fingers. Newspaper print that would be really neat with some images. And this is a 2-drawer letter file. Again, some of that fabric. But these are great backdrops for your things that you have. There's another iron. I don't know why they called them sad irons, but they did. And antique table. And I always, when I think of my dad, I think of my dad in his robe because he was at home. You know, I think of my dad at home. So I put that in there. I thought that was kind of neat. I think we all kind of picture Dad that way. Just chilling at the house. Here's a white-tailed deer. Over here, I wanted to make sure I got this Master-Made Office Furniture label in there. And it's a typewriter desk with the drawers and just really neat. And I put it on a book page, and on the inside is a card for journaling. My pockets will hold more stuff, Belinda, so, you know, you can just stuff away in here and keep things that you want to keep. Another newspaper print. Some light stitching going down the side. Plenty of places to journal and add your things. Another oak leaf with an acorn. Piece of ledger paper. Yeah. See, I just love these for backdrops. I do this when I make my journals. You know, I pick images and things that I want to go behind other things. So they will make lovely backdrops for all your keepsakes and mementos. Over here is a tuck spot. You can also use this back here for journaling, and that's the stitching from the other side. And it's got a gigantic tag. You know, you could put an image here or a memento there and write about it on the back. You could put a date down here on this tab. I'm just throwing out ideas. It's, you know, it's your book. But, you know, when I look at them, I think, oh, that would be cooler. that would look good there, because I do my own journaling too, you know. So I always try to throw out ideas for people that are not avid journalers. This is a leather rocking chair with some of that matching fabric that I've used throughout the book. And it peeps over the edge here. I love that stringiness. And over here's another one of those paper clips. It's a matching fabric, and that matches the cover. And this just pops out. It folds out for extra journaling. Oh, go in front. There we go. And I just let it peep out over the edge. It's got a piece of twine here. Over here is a pocket, and this is a heavy office safe. Look, even back then that was $76. My goodness. Got a little mini card for journaling with some script washi tape, and a bigger journaling card. Over here is an oak tree. More ledger paper. This is a trail, a pathway, with some more fabric and striped paper there. These are just some office supplies that I found in that book, and it's, you know, a trash basket and the wire trays and the wire baskets and the typewriter stand, things like that. Little accessories that go with the office furniture. Real grungy card that's pretty cool looking. Like how that came out. Look at that coffee dyed. Awesome. And here's another paper clip and some more fabric there. And I just let this hang over the edge. And over here is another piece of antique furniture. And a hat here. Good style, fine quality, moderate price. Boy, they knew how to sell them. And then a coat. Man in a coat. Man in a coat. And this is a library card. How many remember the Dewey Decimal System? Lord, I remember having to learn that. More pretty vintage papers. Stitching from the other side. And another iron, a gasoline iron. I thought that was pretty cool. All the edges have been roughed and inked. And that's the back cover. And it's a textured back cover. Almost borderline quilted. Really, really nice. And of course the denim for the guy. And there's the back cover again. And the front. So you've got plenty of room for writing and plenty of room for storage to keep everything together. And I want to thank y'all for being here today. I've got a couple more videos to do, and I will see you shortly in the next video. Bye, everybody.